This message today that I want to get out is for that woman out there that is questioning herself on some level, whether it is mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally, or even financially. This is for that woman that lies in bed at night and is questioning her gift and her purpose. This is for the woman who questions her self worth, questions if she is worthy of having the best of the best when it comes to her mental health, spiritual health, physical health, emotional health, financial health, when it comes to receiving the best relationships, the best that this earth has to give her. This message is for you. Hello, beautiful queens. How are you today? How are you tonight? I really have a message on my heart that I feel has to be said. I originally was going to create a video tonight about how to access your higher consciousness in meditation, but there's a different message on my heart that the God consciousness within me is saying that I have to get out. Man, when we go outside of ourselves, when we operate in this physical reality, this external world, there are so many signs that try to tell us that we are insufficient, we aren't enough in some way, shape, or form. It's so easy to just go on the internet, especially as a woman, and find something that is wrong with yourself in the eyes of society, in the eyes of the conditioning that society has emulated and imprinted in our mind's eye. And this message today that I want to get out is for that woman out there that is questioning herself on some level, whether it is mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally, or even financially. This is for that woman that lies in bed at night and is questioning her gift and her purpose. This is for the woman who questions her self worth, questions if she is worthy of having the best of the best when it comes to her mental health, spiritual health, physical health, emotional health, financial health, when it comes to receiving the best relationships, the best that this earth has to give her. This message is for you. At the end of the day, at the core of this issue, it is really about understanding your worth, and not understanding your worth from the perspective of the ego or the perspective of the external world, but understanding your worth in the perspective of God consciousness. And when I speak of God consciousness, I am not speaking about a religious construct that was put in place. I am actually speaking about the spiritual essence of who we all are in this beautiful body of energy, in this beautiful quantum field, this energetic field that emulates throughout the entire universe and connects all of us energetically. It is a consciousness of a conscious body of energy that cannot be created nor destroyed, just transformed into something greater, transformed into something more significant. And that significance, that one drop in that ocean of energy, is you. And I am talking directly to you. This message is coming through to me, and it's like pulling on my heartstrings, and I really tried to create something different today, but God within me was like, no, she needs to hear this. You need to hear this. I talk a lot about identity shifting, and I talk a lot about stepping into your higher power and your purpose through meditation. We talk a lot on this channel about neuroscience and how your thoughts and your feelings are really creating your reality. And the quantum field, we talk a lot about how everything, all possibilities, all potential realities are existing right now in this energetic frequency that we are living in. And in order for you to actually collapse time, it's really just about becoming that woman. It's about being her, actually. It's not about becoming, it's about being that woman. And I actually had a download, and it said that we get stuck in the stage of becoming. We get stuck in the stage of trying. We get stuck in the stage of elaboration and progression, because deep down at our core, there's something within us, there's something within our conditioning that has told us, who dare you? Who dare I to be her? Who am I to actually be that woman? You see, what I'm saying is there has to be a shift within your consciousness from becoming to being. There has to be a point in time in your consciousness when you go from, I am trying to XYZ, fill in the blank. I am trying to lose the weight. I am trying to become the healthiest version of myself. I am trying to become financially free. I am trying to exit the toxic relationship. I am trying to step into my passion, my purpose, my God-given gift. There has to become a point in time where we go from trying, which exists in that realm of becoming, to being. And that process from becoming to being really exists in you making a decision. And that decision has to be grounded in your own knowing, in understanding that you at your core are God consciousness. God consciousness is that energetic frequency, that omnipresence body of energy that emanates life throughout all things. I mean, think about you in this earthly realm, in this earthly suit. You were here one day in this earthly suit, but where were you before? That soul, your soul, that energy has existed and expanded amongst frequencies and realities for eons. Think about deja vus. Think about when you put your mind and your heart on someone who maybe lives on the other side of the world, or someone that you haven't spoken to in so long, and then the next day they text you. Think about coincidences and synchronicities. I am pointing you in the direction of yourself. I am pointing you in the direction of understanding and deeply knowing that there is no reason for you to ever doubt yourself, or to be in fear or anxiety or depression or any of these conditions that are created in the human realm, because you are an infinite soul who knows exactly why she incarnated on this earth in this specific human body. That is so divine, so perfect. Do you think God, the creator, energy, source energy, the universe, looks at you and questions their creation? Do you think the creator looks at the trees and the flowers and the colors and the sky and the clouds and all of the 8 billion people on this earth, and the light and the dark, and questions its creation? If you are a drop of consciousness in the ocean of consciousness, and you now know that without that drop in that vast ocean, the ocean would be significantly different, then why would you ever doubt yourself? Why would you ever question your worth? Why would you ever walk with your head down? Why would you ever continue to blame yourself for the past? Why would you ever give yourself the label of I am anxious, I am depressed, I am afraid? That I am is the most powerful set of words that could ever have been placed together. I am that I am, right? And so that I am, you as that I am, are a divine emanation of whatever comes after I am. And so it is. As above, so below. As within, so without. So let's break down I am. When we talk about I am, when we talk about consciousness, when we talk about God consciousness, and you say things like, I am love, I am light, I am anxious, I am depressed, I am overthinking, etc. Whatever you put after I am, and so it is. And that is because I want you to think about the I that you are referring to. Oftentimes we are referring to I as the name that we hold in this earthly realm, as the body that we are in, as our thoughts, as our actions, as our behaviors, as our emotions, as our feelings, as our anger, as our hate, as our career, as all of the titles and constructs that we put on ourselves. But just as an onion has a core, it also has layers around its core, and those layers that cover the onion's core can be used or can be seen in direct relation to the layers of human conditioning that are around your core, your soul, that I that is. So I really is the observer of all of life. I is the I that is an I am is God consciousness. It is not your name, it is not your title, it is not your job, it is not any of that. So be careful how you speak about yourself. Be careful of the words that you're choosing to speak on yourself. Be careful of the thoughts that you are choosing to believe about yourself. The emotions you are choosing to generate that make you feel a specific way about yourself. The purpose of this channel is to help women reach their highest potential and activate their God consciousness within, and I use the arts of meditation, neuroscience, and quantum physics to do so. And so one thing is I want women to really tap into a frequency of trusting themselves again. I mean, for eons, we have been conditioned to not trust ourselves again. We have been conditioned to believe that we are the weakest link. We have been conditioned to believe that we are not enough, that we only bring value to this world by our body or our sexuality and sensuality. Forget all that. Forget it. Make the decision. Change your belief system like this. Whew, that's deep. I want to reassure to you that you do not have to go through days and weeks and months and years of suffering. You do not have to continue to blame yourself and to suffer about the same thing over and over and over again. We are actually the only species that does this on this earth. If you think about two ducks, if you've ever seen two ducks fight, They fight, they bicker, they get into their brawl, and then a minute later, they shake it off, they swim away, and then they swim back to each other like nothing ever happened. But we are the only species that continues to blame each other and ourselves, most of all, for the same thing that happened in the past over and over and over again. We continue to live the same past experience and trauma over and over and over again, and it is really the conditioning that we have created that keeps us in a space of victimhood and a space of not enoughness. And so if I were to ask you, what belief, thought, and emotion would you change in an instant about yourself if you could right now today? After you watch this video, and you were to say to yourself, I am changing X, Y, and Z. This no longer fits. This no longer resonates. I love myself too much. What would it be? Go ahead and change it. It's no longer serving you. You are so much more worthy than that. Rewire it right now. I am a powerful, beautiful queen that is incarnated in this space, in this time, in this physical world. I am in this world, but I am not of this world, and I am choosing, because I am the conscious creator, to change this belief right here, right now. The last thing I want to say is, if you put your hand on your heart and you decide right now, I'm going to really start showcasing my gifts to the world because the world needs it. Whatever that may be to you, it could be any type of art form. Singing, dancing, writing, drawing, creating content, running a business, being a mother, quitting that 9-to-5 job that no longer serves you and really stepping into your passion, power, and purpose, exiting the toxic relationship, setting boundaries, whatever that is, I want you to put your hand on your heart. And as I say this and as I go through this notion and these words, I want you to pay attention to what becomes activated in you as I say, you are so worthy of stepping into that vision, into that passion, into that purpose. What just came to your heart? What just came to your thoughts? What just came to your body? What just came over you? What feelings do you feel? That's the direction that you need to go in, Queen. There's no more time to ignore it. What if that very thing that you needed to step into, that very thing you needed to let go of, was one of the reasons that you actually incarnated on this earth? What if you continued to wait to make that change? And what if that change was the very thing you needed to evolve as a soul on this earth? Are you going to keep waiting? No. You got to do it. You got to listen to your intuition. You have to follow it because you know you better than anyone else. You are so worthy. Let's take a few closing breaths together. Hands on your heart. And just a deep inhale through the nose. Grounding your feet to the floor. Allowing the tears to flow, if they must. Allowing your heart to open. Allowing trust to enter into your realm of consciousness again. Deep exhale. I love you, Queen. Please do share in the comments below. What are you stepping into? What gift are you bringing to the world? I cannot wait. Yes, we are raising the frequency of this earth together. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. The gift that you're holding in your heart, the world needs it. It needs it. Like, we would not be here if it wasn't for you. Come on. You got this. I love you so much. Bye.